We have a new AEW World Heavyweight Champion. Good evening, everybody. My goodness, it is late. It was a 4-hour and 40-minute show, but holy crap, was it good. And let's change this real quick. Before we get started, as always, please like the channel, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell. That way you can be updated every time we are live. We're live tonight on YouTube, on Twitch, TikTok, and Twitter tonight. Yeah, I'm a little surprised. I'm a little bit surprised that nobody from New Japan showed up. You know, we'll talk about the surprises. We'll talk about the debuts, and we'll talk overall. We're going to keep this short because it's late. It is late. I know tomorrow is a holiday here in the United States, but it's late. Lucas, I'm going to disagree with you there. This was the right call because I talked about this during the prediction stream. Going into the Forbidden Door pay-per-view next month, who sets up better dream matches with New Japan Pro Wrestling as champion? Hangman Adam Page or CM Punk? Quite honestly, it's CM Punk. No, absolutely not. Well, I'm very upset with myself. I had actually recorded a video earlier today at around 1 o'clock Central Time with an update about MJF and had it scheduled to go live, but stupid me scheduled it for tomorrow at 1:10 instead of today, and it made absolutely no sense, so I had to delete it. All right, first things first. I do not have to suffer any punishment. I went 11-2 on my predictions, the best I've ever done percentage-wise on predictions. And positive one, actually, for his very first show, not bad. He went 7-6. The two that got me were Mjf Wardlow, and what was the other one? What was the other one that got? Oh, and the tag team title match. Those were the two that got me. And like I had said, based on what had happened earlier today, I was ready to change my prediction for MJF Wardlow, and I'll talk about that match in just a minute. Yeah, Louis, man, I feel bad for anybody in the UK that ended up watching the pay-per-view tonight and having to stay up so doggone late. Not anytime soon, I don't think at all. 2 months ago, had you told me CM Punk was going to be the champion, absolutely, because me, along with a lot of other people, believed MJF was going to be the next AEW World Heavyweight Champion. But after what has happened in the last 24 hours, 30 hours, I'm going to say no. And I'm sorry, I'm not ignoring TikTok here. Let's see what we got going on. Yep, Thunderosa with the win. Yes, she did retain. All right, so let's start at the beginning of the show. The buy-in, fun little match to kick things off. Hookhausen taking on Tony Nese and Smart Mark Sterling. And Smart Mark Sterling did not have a good night tonight, did he? Got his ass handed to him in the buy-in. And then, well, we'll talk about what happened to him later. But Hookhausen coming up with the win. Danhausen with just an incredible pin after Hook did all the work. Then what did we start off the show with? I've got this all in the wrong order here. Oh, we started off with MJF and Wardlow. And I tweeted this and I still believe it. I do not believe that is the way the match was originally meant to go. I think they changed the match, and that's why it went down the way it did. I don't think it was supposed to be a squash match. I really don't. But with everything that ended up happening, and maybe we'll find out more in the coming days and weeks, but who knows? We haven't really heard too much about what else has been going on. MJF got buried in this match. He got buried. Wardlow looks like an amazing star now, but I think he was still damaged by what ended up happening. And was it a work? Was it a shoot? I still don't know. I think we're all still confused about the situation. But Wardlow picks up the victory. He's free of MJF. He is now all elite. MJF was stretchered out. So at least for the next week, we will be MJF free. Now, what is this going to mean for Shawn Spears? Who the heck knows? I was happy for him. Happy for Wardlow that he can move on. I didn't think this was the way it was going to go. That was my first incorrect one of the night. Then we got what was probably the most disappointing match of the night for me. Was the Hardy Boys and the Young Bucks. And I don't know what ended up happening, if it's just Matt and Jeff showing their age, or if something happened, but this just was not a very good match. I did ratings on them. I put a big question mark next to MJF and Wardlow just because I have a hard time rating that one because, like I said, I believe the match was changed. That is not how it was originally supposed to go. I did not enjoy the Hardys and the Young Bucks. I did not like this match at all. It was my least favorite, second least favorite match of the night. You could probably all guess what my least favorite match of the night was. I expected a lot more. And there was a point where I don't know if the cover of his boots came apart or if he got hurt. Louis thinks Jeff got concussed, which would make sense. Yeah, it would make sense. And if he continued on in the match, well, I forget which one of the Jacksons it was. I think it was Matt Jackson. You could see was giving directions to the referee that he was concerned. He was concerned. And that match went on for another, 7-8 minutes after that? So I was very disappointed in that match. Did not like it at all. I gave it a 2 out of 5. Again, I don't remember the order. I don't remember the order of the matches here. Up next, we ended up, I think, didn't we go to we went to the Owen Hart tournament after that. And I like the fact that they went back to back with these matches. First, Samoa Joe and Adam Cole, and then Britt Baker and Ruby Soho. Samoa Joe and Adam Cole wasn't as good as I thought it was going to be. It really wasn't as good as I thought the match was going to be. It was still good. The ending was weird. I expected to see Jay Lethal and Satnam Singh, and none of them showed up. It was Bobby Fish. I thought Bobby Fish was going to get involved in the Darby Allin Kyle O'Reilly match. Still a decent match. They went the right way. Adam Cole was the right pick to end up winning that match because they did exactly what I predicted they were going to do. You've got Adam Cole and Britt Baker as the Owen Hart winners. You've got the super couple of Britt Baker and Adam Cole, which is going to lead to something else. I'm really, really hoping it doesn't lead to Cole and Baker taking on Sammy and Ty. That's my worst fear. I still believe we're going to end up with Johnny Gargano and Candice LeRae in AEW. Because Adam and Britt are going to come out. They're going to be talking how they are the, the number one couple that, they are the first family of AEW wrestling, yada, yada, yada. I really don't think that they're going to put Sammy and Ty into that just because Sammy and Ty are so, yeah, nobody like them. Nobody likes them. I knew Johnny and Candice wouldn't debut tonight because they didn't want to overshadow Owen Hart and Martha Hart. And I'm glad, I kept cringing thinking somebody was going to walk out. Somebody was going to come out and interrupt. And I'm glad they didn't. So we ended up with Adam Cole. Britt Baker and Ruby Soho put on a really good match. I think that might have actually been, boy, it's tough to say that was the best women's match of the night because Thunderosa and Serena Deeb put on a great match too. But I have to, I actually give the edge to Thunderosa and Serena Deeb. But again, I think AEW did go with the right direction with those winners. Speaking of women's matches, we had Jade Cargill retaining the TBS championship over Anna Jay in an okay match. It was a little bit sloppy in certain points. It did go the direction I thought it would. It was the toughest match that Jade Cargill has faced. You did get involvement from the baddies. You had them get involved. Smart Mark Sterling came down. He got beat up by Johnny Hungy, by John Silver, which I loved. Post-match, we ended up seeing, first of all, Chris Statlander come down. Well, no. First we had the appearance and debut of Stokely Hathaway, the former Malcolm Bivens from NXT. He is now going to be the new advisor for Jade Cargill, which I think is absolutely perfect. And you know what? His 30-day was up as of today. So he actually could appear. I hadn't even thought about that. And then we get Athena, the former Ember Moon. After Chris Statlander came down to the ring, we get Athena, and we get the 6-woman face-off in the ring. Jade and the baddies, and Anna Jay, Athena, and Chris Statlander. Absolutely. So now you have 2 top contenders immediately for Jade Cargill, which excites me. And you have Stokely Hathaway with Jade Cargill, which many of us were saying this needs to happen. Jay Quick, yeah, there were a lot of problems with Bleacher Report. Thankfully, I didn't have any issues. I know people streaming it on their computers and on their phones were struggling. The app with Roku worked fine. But yes, AEW needs to look at a different streaming deal in the United States. Why they're not able to do it with Fight TV, I don't quite understand. Somebody else will have to explain that. But yeah, they've got to figure something out with that to get that fixed. I wouldn't be surprised if Athena is the one to end Jade's undefeated streak. I still think it's going to be somebody else. I think it will be somebody else at All In, but we shall see. This was a good match. The interaction at the ending was so much better. Then we moved on to House of Black and Death Triangle. And again, I may be doing these slightly out of order, and I apologize. This match was incredible. Absolutely incredible. I loved both entrances. I love the fact that we got Mini Penta. I believe that was Penta's son that came out. Just an incredible match. All 6 men did a fantastic job. Just doing what they do. I actually hope we get to see this one more time. I really do, because these 6 guys put it all out on the line tonight, and it was fantastic. It is one of my favorite matches of the night. I gave this one a 4.5 out of 5. No, it won't be Peacock for AEW. But maybe something with Turner, Discovery Media, who knows. All right, then let's see, where did we go next after that? After it wasn't, I'm trying to think, when did the crowd kind of died out? Oh, I did those out of order, didn't I? It was House of Black, then it was Jade Cargill and Anna. No, it wasn't. Who was the girl? Who was the girl that blew stuff in Pac's face? It was Julia Hart. She finally turned and joined House of Black, which made me so happy. So now we get Julia Gulia. And if you don't get that reference, folks, you got to watch the movie The Wedding Singer. Okay, Julia Gulia. We've got her now. Yes, the Julia Hart heel turn was awesome. I love it. It's going to be great. Okay, I know I did these out of order. What was the match after this one? Because I remember commenting that it was back-to-back matches where the crowd was just dead. It was just absolutely dead. Was it? Yeah, it was the 6-person mixed tag coming up next. Yes, they finally concluded that storyline. The absolute throwaway match. The fans didn't care one bit about this match. Scorpio Sky, Ethan Page, and Paige Van Zandt taking on Sammy Guevara, Frankie Kazarian, and Ty Conti. They completely took a dump on this match. And it wasn't good. Oh, the Jade match was before. Yeah, the Jade match was before the House of Black. But I swear there was another match after House of Black and before Sky, and because there was 2 matches back to back. I remember saying that just weren't that good. They really were not that good. No, Chris, no, it was Jericho Appreciation Society, and we'll get into that in just a few minutes. Yes, best part of that match is when Ty got kicked in the face by Sammy Guevara. You got to give Paige Van Zandt a lot of credit. You could tell she's still new to the wrestling thing, but man, she had a couple of really good moves, and that was the best part of the match. Was that? I was very happy that America's Top Team ended up winning, because now we get Sammy away from the TNT Championship, and we don't have to deal with that anymore. Okay, then we ended up getting, let's see, let me make sure I'm getting these in the correct order. We had the AEW Women's Championship match. Thunderosa and Serena Deeb, who, man, those two, that's right. Darby and Kyle O'Reilly. That's right. That came up next, Darby and Kyle O'Reilly. And that match ended up being a lot better than I thought it would be. And I'm actually happy. It was a straightforward match, clean finish. No outside interference, nothing. It is setting up. I predicted this last night when I predicted Kyle O'Reilly. It is setting up for another match down the road when Sting comes back. It's going to be Red Dragon versus Sting and Darby. But these two put on an incredible match. Contrasting styles were absolutely fantastic. Kyle O'Reilly showed why he is just an absolutely fantastic wrestler. I don't know if I would have called it match of the night, but pretty darn close, Blake. Pretty darn close. I did give this match a 4 out of 5. I really enjoyed it. I thought the storytelling was great. The action was great. Both of these guys were phenomenal together in the match. They actually worked extremely well together. I was impressed. All right, next up, then we have Thunderosa and Serena Deeb, the AEW Women's Championship match. And this match was so much better than the build. The build for this match was horrible. But these two women did exactly what I thought they were going to do. They went out there and put on an absolute banger of a match and did a phenomenal job. This was one of two matches I gave 4.5 out of 5 tonight. It was incredible. Everything they did, and even at the point where there was a couple of small botches, nothing major, and JR even called it out, but he said, but these women have been taking it to each other so much, they're spent. They're spent. Because Serena Deeb, they didn't understand what they had with her. And it's taken her a number of years to be able to get to the level where she is. But you could say that, take a look at the debuts tonight. You had Athena, who should have been a star on the main roster. Stokely Hathaway, who again should have been used so much better than he was. And they're going to be used extremely well in AEW. It's going to be another one of those situations where, people are going to say, AEW is nothing but the scraps and the leftovers of WWE. Yeah, but it's going to be people that were not used correctly in WWE, and they're going to be shown that, they don't have to be main eventers, but doggone it, we're going to put them in good things. Marcus, I'm not sure if Jeff Hardy is really interested, is injured. Yeah, the media scrum, I don't know. I'm not watching any of it. I know there's going to be some people online that they're going to be live streaming the media scrum. Obviously, I'm not going to be doing that. No, it is not all ex-WWE in AEW, Lucas. Just stop. Please, just stop. All right? Yes. Yeah, Ty Conti's ring gear did look pretty good tonight. Okay. Okay, yeah. Thunder Rosa, Serena Deeb, absolutely fantastic match. I was pretty confident Thunder Rosa was going to retain. I was going to be, no offense to Serena Deeb, I would have been extremely disappointed had Serena Deeb won, because just the way they've booked Thunder Rosa as women's champion. All right. Next, we had what was my favorite match of the night. Anarchy in the Arena, Jericho Appreciation Society versus Kingston, Santana, Ortiz, Moxley, and Bryan Danielson. This match was so much crazier than I thought it was going to be. It had to have been Kevin Dunn's favorite match. I had tweeted this, and it might be slightly inappropriate, but Kevin Dunn was pleasuring himself during that match with all the camera cuts. Okay. Yeah, yes, they continued on with they played it fully through, I think 3 times, Moxley's music, until Chris Jericho broke the soundboard. It was incredible. All the different crazy spots that everybody took. I think the only one that did not get bloodied in the match was Daniel Garcia. I think he was the only one that did not get bloodied at all. Yes, Eddie Kingston looked like something out of The Walking Dead, especially when he came down to the ring with the can of gas, which, yeah, again, another prediction I had made. I had said JAS was going to win because that problem between Kingston and Danielson, that's what essentially cost Kingston's team to lose, because Danielson had the match won. He was going to get Jericho to tap out in the LeBell Lock, and Kingston comes down like a crazed maniac with the gasoline and starts dumping it everywhere. And that was the turning point of the match. I actually enjoyed the ending of the match. I like those matches where you get a guy in a submission hold, but he doesn't actually give up, where he actually passes out. And, you know, he was teamed up. He was getting choked out by Jake Hager while he was in, was it the ankle lock? I think it was the ankle lock, or it was the walls that Jericho had on. I think it was the right ending to the match. Where was William Regal? He didn't need to be out there for it. There was no reason for him to be out there. And he wasn't even on commentary. Well, it pretty much was a blood and guts match, wasn't it? Look at all the blood. We are going to get Kingston and Danielson. It's going to be a lot sooner than All Out because, again, there will not be a rematch of sorts. What's going to end up happening, you're going to get Kingston. Oh, excuse me. Oh, my goodness, you're going to get Kingston and Danielson sometime in the very near future. Probably right after Forbidden Door. But we are yeah, it doesn't surprise me that you're doing that. I'm gonna watch the highlights tomorrow of the scrum. But what's going to end up happening, we are going to get a blood and guts style match at All In. It's going to be JAS. Yes, John is very tired. We're going to get JAS against Blackpool Combat Club. It's going to be all 3 members, Danielson, Moxley, and Wheeler Yuta. And their tag team partners are going to be FTR. Book it now. Count it now. That's how I would do it, is a 5v5 match like that at All In, and you've got FTR, because the reason they stepped away from Jericho, they didn't like a lot of things that were going on, and they are pro wrestlers, okay? Yeah, I was a little bit disappointed. And by the way, DeRich, good to see you again in here. Thank you very much. I I don't think we're going to see Claudio in AEW. I don't. Yeah, Cole and Joe was good. Yeah, I love the fact that Mike Chioda was the referee for the match. But I gave the Anarchy in the Arena a 10 star. It was a 10-star match for me. It was my favorite match of the night. The fact that Moxley was ripping apart the ring, and can we give like massive credit to the AEW ring crew for how quickly they got that match or that ring fixed up for the tag team triple threat. That was absolutely incredible. I mean, the destruction that happened around that ring and in that ring, and they literally got it taken care of in about 5.5 minutes. It wasn't even that long, because we had the video package with Andrade, who introduced Roosh. Finally, we get Roosh in AEW. That is going to be exciting. As long as they actually do something with Andrade now. I mean, they have done so little with that dude. And yeah, it doesn't surprise me that Punk is the first one up in the media scrum. Yeah, it doesn't surprise me at all. It makes sense. I'll be very interested to see if they what kind of questions come up about MJF tonight. And wow. Oh, okay. So here we go. Sean Ross Sapp has something here about MJF. He just tweeted this. MJF claimed to us that he showed up shortly before his match, left right after, and has a lot to think about. SRS hasn't been able to verify this with other people at the show, or if this was planned, approved, suggested by AEW. Wow. So he came in, probably told Wardlow, told Wardlow what he wanted to do, and they did it, and he changed things up. I mean, give him credit. Give him credit. Wait a second. Who is that in the ring with? Oh my goodness. After the show, FTR came into the ring and to celebrate with Punk, put him up on their shoulders. Wow. That is incredible. That is absolutely incredible that Dax and Cash came out with their belts and they did that. The media scrum's got no audio? Well, it depends on... Hold on, let me see. It depends on whose feed you're watching. Fightful Select, and I'm gonna wrap this up soon in case anybody wants to go watch the media scrums. I'm fine if you want to go do that. Yeah. So yeah, credit again to the ring crew for doing what they did. Your dad is watching Gremlins 2? Jeff Hardy heaved a cow? What? No, FTR came out to the ring after the show went off the air, and they went to celebrate with CM Punk, which was awesome. All right, we go to a match that this was probably the biggest surprise to me, was the retention of Jurassic Express. I did not see that one coming. I really, truly believed, if I was going to put money down on anything tonight, it was going to be the fact that Jurassic Express was going to lose the titles. Not on who was going to beat them, but that they were going to lose. And they didn't. But man, I'm going to say 5 of the 6 guys put on a great match. I don't know what the deal was with Luchasaurus for the first half of this match, where he was pretty much laid out and on the floor and wasn't really involved. They left it to the other 5 guys, but holy crap, did these guys put on a match. This was a lot better than I thought it was going to be. I really thought we were going to have Ricky Starks. Oh, that was the other one I got wrong. Oh, yeah, no, it was that and Wardlow. Yeah, those are the only 2 I got wrong. I really thought it was going to be Starks and Hobbs. Where does this go from here? Yeah, Jay Quick. I saw that. I ended up missing that. They did it so quickly. They announced for Dynamite the Hardys, Christian, and Jurassic Express taking on the Undisputed Elite on Dynamite. So, does this mean we're going to get Red Dragon again taking on Jurassic Express? Because they've already faced them once for the tag titles. I would think if they're not going to put the belts on Keith or Swerve or Starks or Hobbs, they've got to put it on another established tag team. And I would think it's not going to be the Bucks. It's not going to be the Hardys. I would speculate it's going to end up being Red Dragon. That's the direction they're going to go. But this match ended up being a lot better than I thought it would be. And this was a tough one to have to follow, that Anarchy in the Arena. But these guys did an incredible job following up this match and keeping the energy going after just an absolutely crazy match. And then we get our main event of the night. It was Hangman Adam Page defending the AEW World Championship against CM Punk. And I tweeted right before this match, all the other champions had retained their belts. There had to be a title change in this one. And it almost looked like it wasn't going to happen. For a while, it looked like Page was going to retain. It was a lot of back and forth. Really good storytelling by both of these guys in this match. And it comes down to I'm going to talk about that in a minute, Louie. The fact that we had conflicted Hangman Adam Page dropping the belt, kind of losing his focus. What does this mean for him moving forward? What are they going to do with him next? I don't know. I really don't know what they're going to do with Hangman. I'd be okay if we got a Hangman CM Punk rematch. Not that far down the road. I'd actually be okay with that. I don't know if I'd want Hangman to win the title. But, you know, you have to wonder who's going to be the one to beat CM Punk. I would have originally said MJF. I would have put all the money down on MJF. But right now, I don't think so. I really don't think so. What's going to happen with MJF? I don't know. So a couple things here about CM Punk. Tony, Eric Bischoff saying CM Punk is a money flop. Yeah, what an idiot. How is this guy a money flop? Absolute joke. I mean, he's going to be in the main event of what is going to be the biggest pay-per-view in wrestling history in the Forbidden Door. He is going to be in the main event. And there is a reason why he's going to be. Is he going to defend it every week? I don't think so. I think he's going to defend it more than anybody else has, most likely. Every couple of weeks, I think. I don't think it's just going to be on big shows, but I could be wrong. We shall see. I don't think he definitely won't defend it this coming week. I don't see any of the championships being defended this coming week. I think all the champions are going to, with the exception of Sky. He's obviously got a match with Dante Martin at Rampage, which I'm looking forward to that. I'm glad that they jumped right in, gave him another challenger. That's what they need to do, is start throwing new people at him. And Dante Martin is a good pick for that. You know, he's proven himself as a single star when his brother went down injured the first time. Now Darius is out again. So push the kid. Push him. And I think this is the right thing to do. It's not the time to put the belt on him. You like Dante because he's from Minnesota? What could be interesting, okay, purple and gold are the colors of the Lakers, SoCal, but purple and gold are the colors of the Vikings from Minnesota, where Dante's from. Think about that one for a moment. Okay? No, I don't think they're going to put the belt on Dante Martin, but looking forward to that. I was not disappointed in the finish of the match. It made sense. It really made sense. So I think AEW is going to do what they do extremely well. They are going to move on to a few new stories here with some things, but I think we're going to see some continuations of some things. Obviously, you know, Darby Allin is not done with the Undisputed Elite. Jericho Appreciation Society may temporarily move on to something else, but they're not done with Blackpool Combat Club yet. House of Black and Death Triangle, I think there's more to go there. That's not done yet. Obviously, Sky and Paige are moving on to new things, which I'm excited about. What's next for Britt Baker? Who knows? I think there's going to be more involvement with her and Adam Cole on TV. And I saw some people complaining about the kiss that they shared at the top of the stage. That one was natural reaction to them winning those tournaments. And it wasn't overkill. It was respectful. It was a couple sharing in their excitement about what happened. It wasn't, you know, the softcore porn of Sammy Guevara and Ty Conti. So anybody complaining about Adam Cole and Britt Baker and their very simplistic kiss at the top of the stage can shut the hell up. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm just going to say it. You can just shut up, please. Yes, those belts they got were beautiful. And I didn't realize it, but they were actually modeled after the old Stampede Wrestling Championships, obviously upgraded, but they did it in honor of Owen, who at one point in time was a Stampede champion. And they designed them after those belts, which were absolutely fantastic. Chris, it wasn't just Bischoff's fault for WCW. There was a lot of things. First of all, Vince Russo is at the top of the list for blaming for things. But second of all, it was when AOL Time Warner ended up buying WCW, and they didn't have a clue what they were doing, and they wanted to get out of the wrestling business. It really wasn't Bischoff's fault at all. Okay, a couple more here. Yeah, like I said, yeah, the belts they got were great. Let's see if there's any other tweets coming. CM Punk says, as the face of AEW, is going to do everything he can to put more money in the pockets of AEW. Okay. Excuse me. I tell you. Okay, this wasn't my favorite AEW show. There were some weak points. Like I said, the Hardys and Young Bucks were a disappointing match. The 6-person tag match, I didn't like it at all. Did not like it all. Was slightly disappointed with Joe and Cole. It wasn't as good as I thought it was going to be. Everything else is really good, though. I guess the big complaint would be, yeah, they had 13 matches on this show, 12 on the main card. It did drag a little bit. But keep in mind, AEW only does 4 pay-per-views a year. They're going to be big shows. Yeah, I wish it was only that much here in the U.S. That's why you're lucky to have Fight TV. Okay. Who's Punk's next challenger going to be? I have no clue. I do not know. I think they may have somebody kind of in the interim leading up to the Forbidden Door show, which, since we didn't get any New Japan talent tonight, no, you can't order it on Fight TV in the US. You can only order it on regular cable pay-per-view or on Bleacher Report. Fight TV cannot, because of the deal with Bleacher Report, you can't order it on Fight TV in the US. What was I saying? Yeah, New Japan talent. We're going to end up having to see some New Japan talent show up on Wednesday night. It's going to have to happen because they're going to have to start the build now for the pay-per-view. They've only got 4 weeks to do it, less than 4 weeks to do it. And they're going to have to hit it strong. But obviously there's going to be some new challenges coming up. Thunderosa is going to get a new challenger. CM Punk's going to get a challenger. Jurassic Express will get new challengers, but I think that's basically going to come out of this 10-man that's coming up. It's not going to be the Bucks. I think it's going to be Red Dragon. We know Scorpio Sky's got a new challenger. Jade Cargill obviously has 2 in the waiting. So right there, we know that's going to end up happening. Maybe we're finally going to move forward with Samoa Joe and Jay Lethal. We shall see. As far as some of these other ones, I'm going to have to sit back and kind of take a look over the next couple of days here and just see what I think is going to end up happening coming up next. I don't know. It's really hard to say. It really is. Kenta probably will be one of the guys that shows up. He will have a match at Forbidden Door. All right. I am going to get out of here. Overall, out of 10, I would give this show a 7.5 out of 10. Would have went a little bit higher, but the 6-person tag match and the Hardys and the Bucks pulled it down for me, unfortunately. But overall, I was entertained with this show. I thought it was good. Could have been a little bit better. Yes, I think Jeff Hardy is going to go Willow at some point because there have been talks about Matt Hardy wanting to do something different. Maybe not bringing broken Matt Hardy to AEW, but he's going to end up doing something. I don't know what. Louis went 8 or 9 out of 10 for me. Yeah, it's hard for me to give it that high of marks. It really is. Again, it was a good show. Borderline great. All right, so some early names popping up that CM Punk wants to face Danielson, Moxley, Jungle Boy, Ricky Starks. I don't think any of those four is going to happen anytime soon. As far as New Japan, he wants to face Okada, Tanahashi, or Ospreay. Would love to see that. I mean, any of those matches would be great. Oh. Oh no, that's just what Sean Ross Sapp had said earlier about MJF. Tony Khan is on fire tonight. Absolutely, he would be. He's got to be proud. He's got to be proud of this show. He really does. I would think he would be very happy with how the show went down. I think it would have been better, obviously had we not had the, all this crazy controversy over MJF, and thankfully, the talent tonight did a great job of putting over, or getting people's minds off of it. The show was great tonight. It was really good tonight. They did a really good job. All right, I am going to get going here. I will be back on tomorrow night. Probably going to do the watch along tomorrow night. No, Marcus, I have not had a chance to go see Top Gun Maverick yet. Hopefully this week I'll be able to do it. One last thing. There was a report, and I don't know if it was true. I retweeted it because I thought it was a Sean Ross Sapp tweet. I may have been incorrect, but there was a point that a report came out that Killer Cross was going to be replacing MJF in that match. I think maybe they had it in place for him to be there because he was originally supposed to be in the spot that W. Morrissey was in, but they weren't able to work out all the final details. So they've got Killer Cross on speed dial. Yeah, next weekend we get Hell in a Cell. WWE, I feel bad for WWE because tomorrow night on Raw, they've got to follow up after this show. And then they got to put on their own show on Saturday. Is it Saturday or Sunday next week? They keep moving them back and forth. But I just, I don't know. we'll see. Hopefully they'll put together some good shows this week, but I'm not overly confident on it. All right. Thank you very much, everybody, for tuning in. Rich, thank you very much. We have a brand new subscriber on Twitch. Thank you very much. Greatly appreciate that. All right. Until tomorrow night, we will talk to you then. Please, as always, make sure you give this video a like. Also, like and subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. Wait, what? Oh, yeah. CM Punk is the two. Yeah. I don't know. I think this is going to be a good title run for him. I think they're gonna book it right. It's going to look good. He's going to put over some really good talent, or make some talent look really good. Yeah, Punk says AEW is the kind of pro wrestling he has always dreamed of. Sorry, I'm just reading through some of the stuff that's going on Twitter with the media scrum. Okay, until tomorrow night, everybody, thank you very much for tuning in. Greatly appreciate it. Get some sleep, get some rest, folks. We're back at it again tomorrow with more wrestling. Have a great night, and we will talk to you tomorrow.